Question that I get asked quite often is, when is the right time or the best time to hire a digital marketing agency? So we're going to dive that into today's video. We're going to go deep and help you understand some things around that specific question, because I think it's a very important one. But first, if you like this content, if this content is helpful, whether it's our digital marketing stuff, entrepreneur stuff, regardless of what resonates with you, make sure to hit that subscribe button so that way you can get notified every single Tuesday and Friday as we're launching a new video. Your support goes a long way and also helps us get this content out to more people just like yourself that are looking to both grow their business and their personal brands through digital marketing and just entrepreneurship things in general. So going back to that question, there's never going to be a right or a best time in order to do that, unfortunately. But we're going to kind of walk through some things that I would be paying attention to if I were a company that was looking to hire a digital marketing agency. So as you're getting started, as you're really growing and scaling your business, of course, you're going to try to bootstrap it to the point where you can do a lot of these things on your own. But at some point, it is going to make sense to hire an agency. And if your goal is to eventually have everything in-house, you can of course get there, but it's not going to happen overnight, as you may know. The one thing that you need to take into consideration when it comes to hiring a digital marketing agency is, have you exposed or have you capped out all of the resources that are available to you and to the people that are on your team right now? I would start out by making sure that you, as the owner, truly understand all the different marketing channels from a very, very high level in terms of actually getting those things off the ground. So making sure that you have a website, making sure that you're doing something with your Google business listing, making sure that you have social media pages out there. So then that way, when you go to the agency, you're not just starting from ground zero, and essentially making sure that they create those things for you, because there's going to be takeoff time with all of these things, right? So if you have an existing online presence, if you have an existing website, if you have existing ad campaigns and things like that, when you go to your agency, things are going to take off much quicker than having to start everything from scratch. Typically, and we're mostly working with contractors and home service businesses, but typically when companies hit that $500,000 a year mark is where we see it make the most sense to hire your first agency. And your first agency is likely not going to be the agency that gets you everywhere where you're trying to go in your business. Some agencies are better suited to kind of help you in the startup phase versus really that like $1 to $10 million phase, which is where most of our clients are at. And then there's going to be agencies, or you might need to hire in-house at $10 million a year plus in revenue and up. And obviously this is going to depend on the industry, the market, right? So like roofing is way different than a pressure washing company or a pest control company versus a outdoor living hardscaping company. So there's going to be exceptions to what I'm talking about here, but like holistically blanketed across the approach, across the board, at that $500,000 a year mark is typically when it makes sense to bring in a marketing agency that's actually going to take you to that next level. Now, it's not to say that you can't hire a freelancer or hire an agency at a very, very low monthly retainer and it not be a good position for you, but it's just not going to typically like take you to that next level in your business. You also have to understand your numbers to make it sense of, hey, I'm going to pay this monthly retainer for a marketing agency, and then I'm going to put ad spend on top of that. What does my break-even point look like? And what are the goals that we decide on between our marketing agency and us internally, and where do we agree upon those goals? So setting the expectations and making sure that everything is clear and concise between you and the agency is also very important, but you have to know your numbers. You have to know those types of things first. So those are some of the key aspects that I'd be taking into consideration, but I would also make sure that whatever you're willing to invest, whatever you decide, okay, hey, this is what my marketing budget is, and based on my marketing budget, this is what I'm going to pay to the agency. I would make sure that you're giving it at least 6 months of knowing that, hey, this is going to likely put me into a better position beyond the 6 months but I have to be okay if it doesn't work out. You can hire the best freaking marketing agency in the world, that one that has helped out plenty of clients just like you, the exact same industry in the exact same types of cities, and something change in an algorithm, COVID happens, the economy hits, there's so many factors that can go into it where it doesn't actually pan out. It doesn't get you that return on investment. So I would just make sure that, again, whatever it is that you're going to be investing, that you are understanding and truly okay with the worst case scenario. So many people go into working with a marketing agency and they're thinking best case scenario only. The clients that we've actually worked with where they've came in and been like, hey, I'm playing the long game with this. I understand, of course, I want return on investment as soon as possible, but I'm going into it with the right mindset and the right budget, and taking a look at what does worst case scenario look like, because we have no idea what the future holds. And again, you can hire the best, quote unquote, highest rated, whatever marketing company that's out there, and it not work out. Best relationships that we have are with our clients that look at us as a partner and not an outsourced vendor. Again, there is going to be a point in time where it probably makes sense for you to bring in your own internal team, which is a completely separate conversation, but usually we typically don't see that at scale until $10 million a year plus in revenue. You can have, a marketing manager or a marketing admin that essentially houses or manages all of your marketing projects with an outsourced partner like ourselves, but you're never going to find a marketing manager or a marketing admin type person that's going to know website building, SEO, PPC, Facebook ads, and then all the organic marketing, direct mail, all the other things that you're trying to do, plus the organic side of social media. That's a lot of different hats for somebody to be wearing, right? So hope this video was helpful in terms of helping you understand when the right or the best time is to hire a marketing agency. Gave you some KPIs and some factors of top line revenue of what you should be looking at, what we've seen as being the best case scenario for people that we have worked with. We've worked with hundreds of clients over the last couple of years. So if you have any questions about your particular situation or when it makes sense to hire a marketing agency, feel free to shoot me a message. You can go over to AdamMcChesney.com. Follow me on Instagram at AdamLMcChesney. Feel free to leave a comment below here on this YouTube video and make sure to hit that subscribe button. Thank you very much for watching today's video, and we'll see you next time.